Hey guys, James from the Research Revolution. Check this out. Dramatic footage shows armed police storm farm building and rescue businessman who was held captive for 30 days. I'm going to read this and then I'm going to play it. The hostage suffered psychological trauma after the kidnappers threatened him with the chainsaw. Dramatic footage has captured the moment armed police storming a building at a farm in Brazil and released a hostage who had been held prisoner for 30 days. Businessman Barlimino de Ascando Marta, 79, was captured on October 8th, kidnapped on October 8th and subjected to psychological torture, including being threatened with the chainsaw. The entrepreneur runs the Bitcoin-BTC Group, a huge public transport company in Brazil, and his captors had hoped to make a large amount of money from his abduction. The footage shows armed police storm the building in São Paulo, running through rubbish-strewn alleyways and darkened rooms until they discover the man they are looking for. This feels like it's from what's that butterfly Silence of the Lambs, when they rush Bill's home. The anti-kidnapping squad stormed the building and searched through filthy alleyways and dingy rooms before locating Mr. Marta. En route, they find another man who has been named as Rolando Paulino, who they forced to the floor at gunpoint before arresting. He is sitting on a bed in a dingy room with a barred gate in place of a door. One officer shouts in his native Portuguese, "Mr. Belarmo, you are free." Belarmo Descano Marta was abducted and held hostage in a dingy farm building for 30 days. The hostage raises his hands above his head when the officers come into view, then appears to bow to them as a sign of respect. Bow to them as a sign of respect. The captive is later seen hugging and shaking hands with relieved family members and friends before sitting on a sofa looking shell-shocked. Detective said the experience of being abducted has seriously affected Mr. Marta. He said during the kidnapping, the criminals entered the room and started a chainsaw. The threatening of being harmed seriously alarmed and affected the victim. Oh my gosh. When Mr. Marta was found, he held up his hands and then appeared to bow to his rescuers in gratitude. Sorry, I'm so sorry. He did not suffer any physical aggression, but psychologically it was all too much for him, especially when they started the chainsaw. Oh my gosh, they started it with him there. The place was simple and very unhealthy. Police revealed Mr. Marta, who was not physically harmed, knew his captors as they had worked for him as security guards. One is reporting a disgraced ex-police officer. Officers were closely monitoring the alleged kidnappers and arrested two of them as they drove along São Paulo's highway. This is them, the police storming the farm building in Brazil, São Paulo, after one of the accused led officers to the site. One of them led cops to the farm building in Parelheiros, south of the capital, where the businessman was being held. 2 firearms and 6,000 in cash were reputed found in the car used by the kidnappers. Mr. Marta was kidnapped in a restaurant car park more than a month ago after stopping on the way to a job to buy a coffee. CCTV footage from the restaurant shows 3 men posing as police officers bundle him into a stolen vehicle. He was freed on November 7th. 3 people have been arrested in connection with the abduction, including Jorge Luis Talrico, an ex-policeman sacked from the force for being involved in corruption, who is said to be the gang leader. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's watch it, huh? Let's watch it. Here we go.
As imagens feitas pela polícia mostram o momento em que um comboio seguiu em direção à zona sul de São Paulo. Dentro de um... apontou o endereço da chácara que servia de cativeiro. Os policiais da delegacia anti-sequestro invadiram a propriedade. E prenderam um homem, Ronaldo Paulino. Depois fizeram buscas.
Acabou. A arma pesada aqui, acabou.
E enfim encontraram um quarto com uma cela, onde estava o empresário Belarmino Ascensão Marta, de 79 anos, que ficou refém durante 31 dias.
Belarmino! Tá o senhor aí? O senhor está livre! Chegamos, Belarmino. Chegamos para total. Delegacia.
There he is.
São Paulo e Campinas.
A vítima foi trazida para Campinas na madrugada de terça-feira. Na porta de casa, o empresário...
Whoa, they made a jail for him and everything.
Com abraços emocionados. Dentro de casa, ele foi amparado por um dos filhos. Visivelmente abatido e emocionado, o empresário agradeceu aos policiais.
Wow.